Confident, confident, confident. I can be confident, 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 confident. I can be confident at work.
Hello and welcome to the Confident at Work podcast. I'm your host and your confidence coach, Anna Manning. And there's a specific issue that I want to explore with you today. So it's something that might sound a little dramatic, but it's workplace phobias. You might have heard that you can use hypnosis to cure things like spider phobias or dog phobias. But did you know that it can also help you with those intense, sometimes irrational seeming, but very real fear and panic spikes that you might get at work? Whether that is around a presentation, a big meeting, speaking to very senior people, if any of those make your heart race, your palms sweat, and your brain go kind of blank, you're not being over the top. That response is very real. But today, I'm going to help you dig into what's actually going on in those moments and how we can change it. So, what is a phobia and how does it actually apply to these work based scenarios? So, let's start with what a phobia actually is. So, it isn't just I don't like that thing. So, I don't like spiders. It is a full body fear based reaction that feels really intense, potentially quite overwhelming, and usually, when viewed through objective eyes, is out of proportion to the situation. So think of somebody who has a phobia of dogs. So they might have had one scary moment as a kid where they got bitten or they felt like they were in danger or threatened by a dog, or they might have actually absorbed that fear from a parent. But either way, their brain tagged dog and danger. And that emotional memory stuck. Now, even if they see a dog or just even think about one, it can trigger a full on reaction: racing heart, sweaty palms, urge to run away, brain blank out. Logically, they might know that every dog isn't dangerous. They might see that the dog is wearing a muzzle or is on a tight leash, but their body doesn't care. That response has become automatic. Now I only need to see the dog, and that reaction is triggered. That is how phobias work. Now, this is how workplace phobias work. And I am using this artistic license of workplace phobia. I don't know whether anyone's ever said that before. I haven't cared to look it up. But here's how workplace phobias work: replace dog with presentation, or job interview, or meeting the CEO. Whatever your workplace phobia, if you have one, it's the same mechanism that I described with the dog. Your brain has tagged this thing, let's use the example of presentation, with danger or threat. And now, whenever it comes up, even if it's just in your diary that you notice you're doing a presentation in 8 weeks, even if it's just a passing moment where it flits through your head, the same panic can hit. You might freeze, your heart might race, you might be counting down the days in dread, you might be trying to avoid it entirely, or you might be obsessively preparing. You might be lying awake, analysing every second of what could go wrong. Presentation is just the example, but if you recognize those things happening in relation to a specific scenario, a specific trigger at work, it may be that we could call that a workplace type phobia. Now, I am not diagnosing you with a phobia. I'm just using it as a framing, as a helpful reference, because many of us will be judging those kinds of intense reactions that we experience. I often hear clients say, I know it's silly, or I know I shouldn't feel that way, or I know that this is not logical, or it's not rational, or it's not reasonable. But here's the thing, phobias do not respond to what you think is logical or what you think is rational or what you think is reasonable. They are coded emotionally, not logically. And you cannot logic your way out of a phobia response just by telling yourself, I really should be able to calm down about this. It isn't the end of the world. It's so silly. I'm completely over the top, right? Whatever it is that you're saying, whatever judgment it is that you've got, I'm going to really gently just encourage you. If you have something that feels like a workplace phobia, let's just drop that added layer of judgment. It ain't making it better and it isn't going to help. Our brain has coded something, has learned something which it thinks is helpful to us. Dog equals danger. Presentation equals danger. You see the similarities, right? It's just our brains doing their thing. But it may be that this workplace phobia, if you have one, is a bit like a dog type phobia. Actually, it in itself becomes the problem rather than helping to solve a problem. Rather than helping to keep you safe, it's actually the thing that is freaking you out and shutting you down. But the good news is that phobias can be unlearned. And we've known how to treat phobias for years. This is not new. And one of the ways that that can be done is via the work that we do in hypnosis. This is evidence backed. Just go to Google if you don't believe me. And it can help you unlearn that old fear, that old coding, that old tagging, and create a new response. Whatever you want that to be, calmer, more relaxed, confident. And that's what I've been doing with clients since I've been using hypnosis. No, I haven't been swinging watches in front of anybody's face, and I haven't got anyone so far to act like they are a chicken. But I have been helping good people in private sessions to recode, rewire, change those conditioned responses so that they can feel calmer in moments that used to feel like absolute danger zones. So here's 3 real life examples that I've used this kind of hypnosis for recently. So I asked these clients if I could share, and these are generic, but they said yes, if it would be helpful to other people. So, with thanks, the first one is around presenting. And my client said that her heart would pound so hard that she felt like she could see it jumping out of her chest. And that would happen even if she was just looking at the meeting invite in Outlook with her name on it. We did that work within hypnosis to recondition that response. And it worked. She's now able to present a lot more calmly, and she doesn't spend days and weeks freaking out beforehand. The next example is around speaking to senior people. And this client said he would completely blank out in one-to-ones with his director. Now, his director, his boss, was very senior in the organization. And he needed to be able to work with him, but it was really getting in the way. And we did some work to change that automatic response, which was as soon as I sit down in a one-to-one with this guy, I clam up, I panic, I'm not able to get my words out, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, I'm completely intimidated. Now, he is able to sit in those meetings, be himself, and say what he needs to say without going into that old mode. He has a new mode now, which is completely different. The third example is around interviews. And I never really talk about this, but interview confidence is something that I do with clients when people reach out to me and ask me. This client felt total panic around interviews, so she would experience a very dry mouth, a very blank mind, the works. And we worked together because she knew, and this seemed extreme to me, but here we are. She had 4 interviews for this particular role, and they were coming in stages. And if she was successful at one, she went through to the other. And she knew that having to do these 4 was going to be really hard based on the fact that she knew everything that had happened in interviews before. So we worked on that unconscious fear, on reprogramming that response. And good news, she got the job after the 4 interviews. It seemed a bit onerous to me, but there you go. Does this work perfectly every time? No. Does it turn you into a completely different person? No. But I will say that I have so far had quite a lot of success with it, and I've been really pleased with the results. Even if we can't turn down the fear completely, we can turn it down to the point where you are able to mentally stay online and do what it is that you're trying to do. So, my invitation to you is if you have a workplace fear that feels really out of proportion, the thing you dread or avoid or manage to power through but actually secretly hate, that might be your version of a workplace phobia. And the good news is you do not have to keep putting up with it. Just like spider phobias can be unlearned, workplace phobias can be unlearned. And if you would like to work with me, I would love to help you. There's a few ways that we can work together. One-on-one in private sessions, and that is with or without hypnosis. That's usually over a period of 3 months, and that's working really holistically on all your confidence challenges. I have now at the moment introduced a short 3-session pack using hypnosis to focus on one particular challenge, whether that is a presentation, an interview, something that you have coming up. If you're interested in any of those ways of working together, head to the link in the show notes, click the link and book a call. And remember, your brain learnt that fear response. Your brain can unlearn it. Step into my office. We've got phobias to cure. See you next week. Bye.